Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast, and welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
On the phone, I don't want a green text. Explosive detection K9 handler in the United States Air Force. We are always alone when we are on law enforcement patrols and cake deployments. The 2011 on cake deployment at Manas Air Base, Kyrgyzstan. Been with my current dog 2 years and still working nights the whole time, never seeing anything out of the ordinary while working stateside. So, Manas is fairly large and most people don't see the entire base. Being K9, I have to go through a lot of perimeter checks. I'm in a SUV or truck, but the perimeter checks have to be done on foot, alone, with my dog, and a M9 with 30 RDS. I'm halfway through deployment, been there about 4 months, pretty comfortable with everything. Started wearing my body armor and 3-day pack during the walking patrols to stay in shape and get training in with my K9. Usually carry 5 feet lead, but on my mall gear I have a 30 feet retractable so my dog can pick up explosive odors in front of me. So basically we're just training for a real deployment while doing the foot patrols. There is a secluded side of base where I have to do an hour-long foot patrol or static LP opus, listening post, observation post, once a night before 400. To get to this area is about a 30-minute drive. Then I have to unlock a gate to a big empty construction area, relock the gate, then drive another 15 minutes to another gate I have to unlock, then relock once I'm in. The area is huge and overgrown with plants, trees, and has zero light source and just a dirt path that loops around the entire area circling back to the gate. The path runs adjacent to the perimeter fence wide enough for one person to walk through. I have to park my vehicle at the gate because it won't fit, so I usually just do a mock explosives detection patrol around the whole thing until I get to my vehicle again. It takes about an hour, so it's perfect for what I'm supposed to do anyway. This night I get to the first gate and the light is all out of fuel, whatever, unlock the gate and go inside. I drive in, relock the gate, drive to the next gate. Great, other light all is out of fuel, use headlights to illuminate the lock so I can put the code in. K9 starts barking, but it's muffled since I left him in the car. He stops when I get back to the vehicle, drive in, relock, let my dog off leash to drop a deuce while I put my gear and rucksack on. Dog doesn't run off to mark anything, whatever, heel, he returns to me. I clip him to the retractable and tell him seek, command to go ahead of me and start sniffing for explosive odor. Dog walks 5 feet and stops. WTF main. Go asshole, and wave him forward. I want him at the full 30 feet of retractable leash in front of me. Stares at me, comes back to heel position at my left side and starts to look around. Mouth closed, ears perked, nose sniffing the air. I start thinking there is a stray dog or some shit, so I lock the retractable and just start walking. Call myself into control, Kilo 8 initiate Ram 5. Radio chirps twice after I release the key. The battery was dying. Let them know my battery is low, but I have the on-call bomb cell phone if they need me. 30 minutes into the patrol, dog stops and stands in front of me. He is alerting again. Great, if it's another dog they're going to fight and my vehicle is 30 minutes away. Pull out a cell to call control and see if a regular patrol is near the area. Cell is dead. WTF main, we charge this at the kennels all day. Whatever, no other choice, just to continue. Pull out Surefire and make noise clapping and shit to scare off other dogs. K9 doesn't react to me and keeps staring into the vegetation. I stop clapping, something claps back. The clapping comes from the middle of the vegetation about 50 meters deep. There shouldn't be anyone else out here except for me. Challenge the vegetation. I'm Staff Sergeant Anon with Base Police. I'm accompanied by a military working dog trained to attack. Come toward the sound of voice. Say that just in case my dog bites him, I can say I gave him warning and stay out of trouble. Nothing moves. WTF main, unclip ruck and shuffle it off to the ground. Give the dog, watch M command, a preparatory command to be ready to bite this asshole. Step back about 10 feet, literally dragging the K9 back. He won't take his eyes off the vegetation. Start using hand commands to silently move toward where I heard the noise. Walk into the area, kneel down next to K9 and let him detect for a bit. Find M, a command to start tracking whoever is out there. K9 starts pulling forward, hard to move because of the weeds and trees. After about 5 minutes, find a small clearing with a single tree in the middle. There is dead shit strewn everywhere, snakes, rabbits, birds, and etc. WTF main. I'm still in Nawoods though, so I think whoever did it can't see me. The dog's head snaps back behind us, shifts his body behind to block the avenue of approach. WTF, pull out ass baton, adrenaline rolling. Whisper watch M command to K9. He starts growling focused. Something whispers, watch M, back to us, but it comes from behind us, in the clearing. K9 doesn't react and focuses on the original threat. Holster baton, pull out M9. Still thinking rationally, I just think that I'm outnumbered and a baton isn't going to cut it if there are 2 or more people. Wait a few seconds, hear something breaking branches as it moves. K9 focuses on the noise. Dog does a complete 360 as the noise shifts in a circle around us, goes on the far side of the clearing, so I can't get a clear view from my position. Stops on the far side of the clearing after making 1 full circle, and in the middle of making a 2nd full circle. Staff Sergeant Anon with Base Police, identify yourself or I'll release the dog. No response, reach down to unclip retractable and give the get M command to attack. Stop, someone is aggressively whispering, watch M, watch M, watch M, over and over and clapping loudly at the same time, then just stops. I'm noping out after that. Go back to hand commands and start to back up, I'm getting the hell out of there. Stop, the branches start breaking again and start to circle around my dog team. Fast, it's moving too fast for how little space there is between the trees and vegetation. I can hear larger limbs breaking. The thick limbs that shouldn't be breaking are groaning, snapping, and crashing to the ground. Something starts walking into the clearing. Bipedal, looks like a tall skinny man. His movement is off, jagged, like it doesn't know how to move correctly with his joints. This happens as whatever else is messing up the trees around me as it circles us. Then the noise stops. The guy stops moving. My eyes are trying to focus, but there are no features. It just looks flat with deep ridges that look like rotting tree bark. I'm hidden in the tree line, but its face is looking directly toward me. I'm starting to get extremely nervous and scared. Fight or flight. I start running. My retractable keeps getting caught on shit, but I do not care and just keep running until whatever it is caught on breaks. Hard to navigate. I'm running as fast as possible, but it's hard to move and see. Trees start to thin out, so more moonlight. I can hear whatever was circling me pacing about 20 meters in front of me. I make a 90-degree turn as it arcs to get in front of me. Keep trying to break contact by randomly turning, but it starts in front no matter what. Body armor getting heavier, getting winded, slow down, screw it, fight. Kneel, watch him, pull out Surefire and M9, depress button, batteries dead. WTF, extra batteries are in my bag by the perimeter fence, great. Dog snaps right, alerting, I'm adjacent to the clearing again. I'm on the opposite side of my original position. Tall guy is gone. Can hear rustling noises from 2 different points, one circles clockwise and other counterclockwise. Check watch, watch reads 245. I started my patrol at 230, there is no way it's right. K9 starts sniffing and starts pulling me. The dog is following an erratic path, but I don't give a F and let him fresh me through the weeds. Noises stop. Start going in different directions, then returning to the point I last heard them. Dog is still pulling, nose to the ground. I'm completely lost, letting him pull me wherever. I stumble out of a trend line back onto the path. My rucksack is laying there on the dirty path. Unclip K9 and drop body armor and force jog back to vehicle. K9 paces me but stops every so often to look into the vegetation. Halfway back, stop, the radio screams to life, scaring the shit out of me. I'm under duress and patrols are looking for me. Cell phone is ringing. I don't know WTF to say. Start walking back to the vehicle again, something clicks, pull out Surefire, it works, look at the watch, it's still 245 but it's ticking. Get back to locked gate, patrol is there and his partner dismounted and is looking for me. Call him over the radio to come back. Tell them my radio died and so did my cell phone.
You just used your radio. You've been off the net for 2 hours, man. Must have just been a dead zone.
Yeah, must have. I never went through that second gate ever again. I just called it in from the construction area. I had one of the ATV patrols grab my shit I dumped when the sun came up. Still working nights, been with K9 3 years now. Wake up around 16:30, shower, shave, head into work. Get there, check the roster and I'm on Schriever tonight. Cool, gonna be a slow easy night. Groom dog, put on a second chance vest, check vehicles, make sure lights, sirens and fluids are all good to go, then walk to the armory and pull my weapons. All of this is routine that I've done hundreds of times in my 7-year career. All of this happens on Peterson, my home station. Schriever is several miles to the east in a pretty desolate area of Colorado. To get there I have to take a highway out of Colorado Springs. It has a few junkyards and abandoned businesses, but is mostly an empty stretch of road surrounded by dead grass fields. It is also a radio dead zone. I can pick up transmissions from all 3 bases, NORAD, Peterson, and Schriever, but my radio calls never go through until I've turned down the road that ultimately leads to Schriever. This also happens with cell phones depending on your provider. Sprint would go to that 1X signal where you couldn't call out. It's dark, there are no lights and people get in accidents constantly hauling ass down the road. I'm halfway to Shriever going down a big slope and see a vehicle ahead, hazards on, doors open, hood up, sitting on the shoulder crooked but adjacent to a small ditch. Flip on overhead lights so no one crashes into us from behind, throw on takedowns to illuminate the area, and attempt to call it in. The controllers keep talking to other patrols on the radio and don't acknowledge it, so I know they didn't hear me. I didn't even attempt to use my mobile because I think I'm just going to help this person get some road assistance, and at most give them a ride up the hill to get cell phone coverage. Note, I do not have any jurisdiction over civilians off base, I'm only here to help this person. Alright, so, I take my vehicle keys with me as I dismount. All the lights will stay on so I'm not worried. I'm about 2 car lengths behind vehicle. Initial observation, 2000s Audi A4, black in color, 4 doors, occupied one time, possible white female, blonde hair and short ponytail. Out-of-state Louisiana plates, registration invalid since 2006. I don't have jurisdiction so everything is irrelevant, I'm just here to help. Step out, put the key ring around my handheld radio antennae but I'm not expecting anything so this is standard. Shout out, I'm Staff Sergeant Anon with Peterson Air Force Base Police K9 Unit. I'm on my way to an installation a few miles up the road and just want to help. My lights are on cause I don't want anyone to hit us. Say this cause I don't want her to think civilian cops are here and make the situation feel intense. No response. Start to make initial approach. Push down on truck lid while observing rest of vehicle. Not cause I suspect anything but because this is what I've been trained to do. Continue a few feet and get a clearer view of both sides of car from rear windshield. Left-hand side rear passenger window is down. Walk up slowly, again just training, kicking in and not expecting anything. The front right passenger window is down. Walk forward, done surefire through windshield. There are several impact points on the right-hand side webbing out across windshield. Run flashlight across interior of vehicle. The windows aren't rolled down, they've been shattered and glass litters the seats in that small safety glass. Aw shit. Depress kennel door hydraulic arm. This arm deactivated the door on my vehicle kennel door and shoves it open, alerting the dog. Heel, K9 runs to my left side. K9 alerts left, across the highway. Occupied one time. Rings through my head, WTF, where it clicks. Can't command K9 to track or attack cause I have no jurisdiction. Light up the area across the road with surefire. Angled so causes shadows on the point I'm trying to identify. Can't justify leaving a wounded civilian so walk across the road to illuminate an area covered by darkness. Begin approach on unlit area. Careful, have K9 and watch him command, ready anyway. Make way to the other side. K9 is pulling and whining. I don't have a justified reason to pull deadly force. Keep shouting, Staff Sergeant Anon with Base Police, I saw your car. I'm just here to help. Nothing. Go to the other side. Sweep ditch. K9 alerts and starts pulling upwards onto the sloped hill. Think, how do I justify this and follow the scent? I can't, no jurisdiction, and I shouldn't have stopped in accordance with my special security instructions. Hear rustling ahead of me about 10 meters up the slope. I don't care, I'm going. Run up, nothing. Illuminate the area with surefire and a 180, nothing but dead grass. WTF. Cautiously walk back up Explorer, K9 patrol vehicle. Confused. Where did she go? Why didn't I see her? No contact made with anyone via radio. Put the dog back in the vehicle and continue to Shriever. Jerry to Shriever Gate, use landline. There is a black Audi in need of assistance on Highway 24. I couldn't get radio contact. Get El Paso County Sheriff down there. Control says they'll get in contact with the El Paso Sheriff. Continue my night. 4 hours later I'm on a simple patrol through base housing. See black Audi A4. Great, I'll start my walking patrol here and continue on through the block until I circle around. 2:30, think nothing of it and am able to throw my dog's reward down the streets cause no one is around this late. Throw another down a dead end I'm passing by, dog will retrieve reward and return to me. Chuck reward down the dead end. Light cigarette and debate my failed marriage. Dog doesn't return. WTF, shine light down street. Dog is alerted on a vehicle down at the left-hand side and won't move. Heel, the dog doesn't budge, let out a deep whine, he found something. Start to walk down the cul-de-sac. K9 is sitting adjacent to a black vehicle driver's side door looking directly at the house that owns the driveway. Start to jog up. Coming closer, Audi A4 black in color, 4-door, 360 vehicle, both passenger windows blown out and windshield is damaged. Recall K9 and set up 2 houses down in vegetation, standard procedure for a domestic dispute. Read the license plate. Same plate from Highway 24. Key whisper mic, radio you see on cops' lapels, and call in position. Garbled voice comes through. Reposition, call it in, nothing, no response, no static, nothing. See headlights. See reflective police markings, it's another patrol. Use Surefire to wave them down. Have them position opposite of me. Have his alpha partner run around back to block off avenues of escape. I think this is a domestic violence situation. Approach house, set up in neighbor's yard with clear line of sight of suspect front door. Brother patrol leader walks up. Knocks on the door. Lights flicker off. WTF. Try to adjust your eyes. K9 is growling trying to get toward the door. Lights flicker on. Patrol making contact is gone. Run up. Don't identify and kick the door in, takes 4 tries then crashes open. Adrenaline up, release dog with Find M command. Pull M9 and start systematically clearing the house. Yelling for other patrol by first name. Nothing. Trying lights as I clear, nothing all dead. Key radio for backup. It's dead. Run into the kitchen, living room, and laundry room, nothing. Hear Brandon screaming in the garage. K9 is scratching and attacking door. This is it. M9 pointed forward, K9 already on attack command. Open the door and rush to the garage. Finger on trigger, hit dead silence, K9 stops, throws nose up but returns to heel position confused. I'm confused. There is nothing here. Move toward the kitchen, sliding glass door is there with a clear view to the backyard. Use Surefire and make contact with Brandon's alpha. He signals back. From this position, I have eyes on the garage door and front door. Send the dog to clear the rest of the first floor, it returns back to heel position. Alerts on stairwell, set K9 up in stairwell and go get the alpha unit to set up out back. He only has a 249 for security, not for house clearing, feel safer.
Airman, I'm gonna walk in front of you. You identify hostile, light it up.
Try his radio, nothing. Creep through the stairwell, scared, nervous, but I need to find Brandon. Reach the top of the stairs. Little girl comes out. WTF, she asks who LM. We are security forces, come here now. Take kid and pass her off to other riflemen helping me clear, there is no one there. I'm in Iraq, it's 5 years earlier and I'm back in that stairwell, the one I don't think about. The one I try to erase from memory. She's there, we're all there. Her dad is at the front door, dead. I'm second in line in the patrol, just trying to do my job. I'm Air Force bomb detection, not Army infantry. I'm here to help people. She looks me in the eye, hurt, hate, betrayal. She knows me. Her dad was our interpreter. She wants me dead. I wake up. I'm home. I'm safe. My daughter is asleep in the next room. I'll never sleep a full night again.
You were dreaming about patrolling?
To the anon that asked about whether I dreamed of the patrol or not. Yes and no. I have this dream constantly. I'm on Minipress, Risperidol, Seroquel, Atarax, Wellbutrin, and a fifth of booze. The original is true to the point of being back in Iraq. We went into the house and I found the girl and the mother's boyfriend. Her husband was deployed, had overpowered Brandon and took his weapon. My K9 tracked and took him down and we detained him with no incident while the mother screamed bloody murder. Ended up the boyfriend was abusing the little girl and she was wary of males. I dream about it all and think it had just been the memories melting together. Not really, but it gets off my chest. About to go to bed so I'll make it quick. While on exercise, a buddy of mine in another squad gets tasked out to help hunt the enemy in the woods. He was told to wait in one spot. While waiting in the corner of his eye he sees something. Turns and points his rifle at it thinking it was a guy from the enemy force. He could barely see it, only its outline in the dark woods. He says he knew that it wasn't an enemy force guy. It was tall and he had a feeling that it was something else inhuman. Whatever it was gave off an extremely unsettling feeling and said it felt like it was judging him. He stared at him. Then someone came alone and got his attention to push further into the woods, and when he turned back it was gone. He said that as a civilian supposedly sold his soul many times and he thinks one day the devil will come for him to collect what he owes. Then again, a lot of strange unexplained things happened during that exercise.
At K9OP, I'm no longer in the military. I, however, have spent the last couple of years as a contractor on Peterson Air Force Base. I take care of the aquatic center and I am there in the morning and more of them than not afternoons and evenings. I've had quite a few instances where I've been working on the pool equipment around back and see someone approaching me in my peripheral vision, hear them walking up, etc. A couple of times convincing enough for me to say good morning and turn around to acknowledge their presence. More of them than not, no one is there. Another morning I was in the baby pool area, which is surrounded by large windows, and watched a man running across the sidewalk in a window reflection across from me. Something was just off about his appearance, so I turned around to actually look at him and not the reflection. Boom, gone. Some old airmen just don't seem to want to leave the place.
I keep forgetting to use a name to tag my posts. Anyway, the Aircraft Museum, the fields adjacent to the base exchange, and the new Central Defense Command across from the base exchange are messed up. If you can go to Shriever, make your first right toward the RV lot and take the dirt road to the perimeter. Before the shoot house, you can turn off into the giant field, and there are buildings that are rotting out and old farmhouses that look burnt down. Zero light source. Spooky as heck. I used to throw my dog's reward around there. It smells like rotting meat at times. My ex looked it up and I thought that smell is associated with bad shit. I think Shriever used to be called Falcon Air Force Base. Can't remember though. It's a literal wasteland beside base housing and the restricted area.
Unfortunately, my badge doesn't allow me on Shriever, otherwise I would investigate. Yeah, I got responsibility for the contract late 2012. Our contract's up on Monday. Won't find out until Monday or Tuesday if they will resign our deal. I hope they do. I hated the place at first, but after working there for 3 years, I'm friends with all of the lifeguards. I would miss it in the pay. Don't know if you are still stationed there. If we get resigned, I'll be the blonde bearded guy with tattoos on his forearms working the pool. Would be cool to meet an X-File, especially one with stories as spooky as yours.
I got out last year in August, medically retired. If you want to grab some drinks, we can meet up. I don't do shit anymore and I'm free throughout the week.
For once, X brought people together instead of tearing them apart.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more green texts will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.
Remember to check out the Odyssey page in the description for a second archive of the channel's videos.